Man, Lions fans, today's news is crazy. The fans are happy with the victory, but what just came out surprised everyone. There's Jared Goff praising a guy who just caught the league's attention, Hutchinson sending a message about what's really going on inside the team, and even some unexpected taunts coming from the Giants locker room. It seems like everything happened at once, and you need to know all about it, and the first news story is already going viral. If you missed Sunday's game, let me catch you up real quick. Jahmyr Gibbs didn't just play well, the dude went full video game mode. The Lions needed a win to stay alive in the NFC North race, and Gibbs basically said, "Don't worry boys, I got this." He racked up 219 rushing yards on just 15 carries. That's not a typo, that's not a glitch, that's a running back averaging 14.6 yards per carry in the NFL. 2 touchdowns, multiple long runs, and then the walk-off OT blast that ended the Giants' night. It was ridiculous. And Jared Goff, he couldn't stop smiling after the game. He went full big brother hype mode talking about Gibbs. Goff literally said, "This dude is as good as they come in this league." And he wasn't joking. He doubled down, saying Gibbs is making a case as one of the best players in the NFL, period, not just at running back. Goff even pointed out something every defense already feels: fear. He said you can actually see the panic in defenders when Gibbs gets the ball. Safeties flying downhill, linebackers taking weird angles, everybody bracing for the moment Gibbs hits that second gear, and the whole stadium knows he's gone. And honestly, Goff's not wrong. Look at the numbers. Gibbs is already 3rd in the league in rushing, only behind James Cook and Jonathan Taylor. And here's the crazy part. He's done 582 yards and 6 touchdowns just in the last 3 weeks. That's a whole season for some guys. Now Detroit's walking into Thanksgiving with another huge game. Packers, top 6 run defense, physical front, all that. On paper, it's the type of matchup where a young running back usually slows down, but Gibbs isn't showing any signs of slowing down at all. The funny thing is, his previous Thanksgiving games weren't anything special. No touchdowns, mid-level yardage, nothing you'd call memorable. But this version of Gibbs, this is not the same kid from a year or 2 ago. This is a guy who's figured out his burst, his balance, and his timing. This is a running back who can break your defense open with one cut. Detroit finally has a dude who tilts the field every time he touches the ball. And when your quarterback is out here telling the world that we're lucky to have him, you know the locker room feels the same way. The Lions needed a spark. Gibbs lit a bonfire. And if Gibbs lighting up the Giants wasn't enough, the next headline is shaking up the locker room even more. And it's coming straight from one of the Lions' leaders. While everyone was buzzing about Gibbs' monster performance, Hutchinson dropped a message that hit the entire fan base right in the chest. And it wasn't trash talk, it was leadership talk. After the win, Hutchinson didn't sugarcoat anything. He basically said, "Yeah, we won, but we didn't even play our best ball." And he's right, the Lions needed overtime to beat a Giants team sitting at 2-10. That's not exactly a confidence booster, but here's where Hutchinson flipped the script. When you aren't playing your best and you're still winning, that's the mark of a good team. That's such a simple line, but man, it says a lot. It's the mindset of a dude who expects Detroit to act like contenders, not passengers. And remember, Hutchinson challenged this team just last week. He publicly said the Lions needed to take all 3 home games heading into week 14. That's a bold move when your defense is coming off that ugly 16-9 loss to the Eagles. Then Sunday hits. The Giants jump out to a 10-0 lead as in Detroit. The stadium gets quiet. Social media starts panicking. It looked like one of those "here we go again" games. But Gibbs breaks a 49-yard touchdown run in the 4th quarter to tie the game. Overtime hits, and Gibbs instantly takes the first touch 69 yards to the house. That's how you answer pressure. That's how you answer a challenge from one of your captains. And Hutchinson sealed the deal himself. Walk-off sack on Jameis Winston. One clean shot, game over. It wasn't just a highlight, it was the exact moment he was talking about. When the fire gets hot, your best players have to step up. That's what he said after the game. And honestly, the man lived it. He practically called his own shot. Detroit's situation in the NFC North is still tight. As of Monday, they were behind the Packers and Bears in the standings, even with the win. Green Bay already beat the Lions once this season. Chicago is waiting to take another swing in Week 18. Every game from here out is loaded with playoff consequences. So Hutchinson isn't just talking to hype up the boys, he's talking because he knows this next stretch decides everything. The division, the playoff seeding, the whole direction of the season. And Sunday proved one thing: when Detroit's stars wake up, the entire league feels it. But while Hutchinson was talking leadership and clutch moments, someone on the Giants sideline decided to stir things up, and what he said about Hutch just blew up everywhere. So here's where things get spicy. While Lions fans were celebrating the OT win and Hutchinson's walk-off sack, a Giants veteran decided to go full WWE microphone mode, and not in a good way. Jermaine Eluemunor, New York's offensive tackle, came out after the game and basically said Hutchinson didn't do a damn thing all game. Yeah, he really said that about a guy who ended the game by planting his quarterback into the turf. Eluemunor tried to soften it with a "how do I say this respectfully," but let's be honest, nothing respectful came after that. He said Hutchinson was the kind of player who celebrates one big play even when he's not doing anything the rest of the time. But here's the thing, the numbers absolutely cook that narrative. Hutchinson didn't just show up on one snap, he had one of his best games of the season. 4 solo tackles, 6 QB hits, almost as many as the entire Giants defense combined. 2 tackles for loss, and the game-winning sack. You don't accidentally get 6 quarterback hits. That's domination, that's disruption, that's someone living in the backfield the entire game. Even the Giants' game plan made it clear they were trying to slow Hutch down. Heavy runs, quick throws, anything to keep him from wrecking the pocket. But eventually, you give a guy like that enough chances, and he's gonna find you. And that last play, Eluemunor admitted he thought he handled it well. Said he ran Hutch past the quarterback, only for Hutchinson to run back upfield and get the sack. Translation: I thought I had him, I didn't. At least he was honest there. Meanwhile, Hutchinson didn't fire back, didn't throw shade, didn't match the energy. He went full high road mode. I was fighting all game. They were running hard, setting the tone. Credit to them, but we pulled it out. That's leadership, that's maturity, and that's a guy who knows Thursday's matchup versus the Packers matters way more than a quote from a frustrated lineman. Detroit is now 7-4, heading into a Thanksgiving game that could swing the entire NFC North picture. And Hutchinson, who just put together a complete performance, is walking into that game with even more fuel, as if he needed it. The Giants tried to downplay his impact, the tape says otherwise, and so does the scoreboard. Man, the Lions showed heart, but there's still a lot to clean up. Gibbs is on fire, Hutch keeps proving he's that guy. But will this be enough for Thursday's showdown? Let me know what you think. And hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.